had some crazy shit happen to me on the road, man. Like, I'm actually writing a book about it. That's the.
So what happened to you on the road?
Yeah.
This influenced your.
You want to hear? Want to hear some road?
All of it.
I only have one rule of poetry: is if you can't recite it, don't write it. In the spring of 2002, I decided to take off and just travel around doing poetry, street performing. And when I first left, I only had I was kind of fraudulent. I was fraudulent. I only had six poems, and so or like 4 poems actually. And then I tried it in L.A. and in Santa Barbara, and it didn't really work too well. But then I hitchhiked up through here, through Big Sur, on my way to Berkeley, and in the 2 days that it took me to do that, I got my spiel down when I first approached people, as you saw how I approached them. I said, "Hey, you like poetry?" And I got to Berkeley, and just doing recitals, I made $120 in one day, and I never looked back. And I went all the way out to New York, California, Oregon, Washington, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Washington D.C., New Jersey, New York, West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, back to Tennessee, back to Texas, back to California, back to Oregon, back to California, to Arizona, back to Colorado, back to California, back to Oregon, back to California, back to Oregon, back to Washington, back to Colorado, back to California, back to Arizona. Let's see, back to Colorado, back to California. In San Quentin, they have death row there, and they normally have lifers that work on death row, like to keep it clean and stuff, to feed the condemned inmates, but they were having problems with them. So what happened is they took 27 of us off of the reception yard and moved us over to death row, and I worked on death row for 41 days. But I wrote a poem about it, and I want to tell you this poem.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, I want to show you some stuff here. I want to show you. I've got things, man. Things.
Sweet.
Oh, there's 2 huge I-beam or round poles that hold up the shed on the 6 yards, because there's 6 yards, and on 1 and on 6 and on each one of the yards hold them. Death row condemned inmate had scratched this poem, and he wrote it like this. If you can get a shot of this, he wrote it like that. I wrote it exactly how it was on the side of the pole. And it goes, killer, bad, good, mad, gas, mean, watch they kill me.
Wow.
Yeah. This right here, this is East Block, where the windows are right here. And then if you can see, this is East Block. That's death row. And then if you can see, there's another building behind it, and that's the death chamber. And what this is this is the venting tube for the
gas?
The gas, when they vented it in the atmosphere. And these lights, actually they're turned around the other way, but I didn't know how to draw it. But this one's green, and this one's red, and the green one's on when nothing's going on, and then the red one goes on when there's an execution. And then when they're venting the gas out of this tube, this strobe light comes on to let the, because it's California, they gotta let people know when they're doing shit like that. And so, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
They vent the gas.
That's insane.
Yeah. And
How?
so I did this drawing. Ta-da! I don't just do poetry, I did this drawing. You guys
Multi-talented.
yeah, you guys are like, oh my gosh, who is this person?
This is great.
So I'll take a couple poems about that. First, let's do the death row one. This one's called Mad Gas. And this is the one where I incorporated a piece of that poem.
Okay.
For want of wings, they kill me mad gas, and the death row sky is bluer. Burnt almonds in the 3-foot super soaker, corroded and loaded. Reminder of Uncle Arnie's iron fist, windows fast. Dirty day shrouders past the bars, painted black. As murky as views, as memories save one. And pride's weighted anchor to hell's drain drawing when the silence of the red phone blares. I feel good, carrying on this grand tradition, but I gotta admit, it gets a little weary sometimes when you're talking to people who are supposed to know what's going down, and then they treat you one way when you're with people, when you're hanging out alone, and then when they're around their other people or whatever, they'll change towards you because they don't want to be the whole stigma with being just traveling around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, that gets the vexing on my soul, because look, man, I'm doing something here, this is carrying on a grand tradition that goes all the way back, to the beginning of man, was sleeping in the park, Palisades Park in Santa Monica, and I got there like 8 in the morning after smoking crack all night downtown LA, and I fell asleep on the grass, and I woke up the next morning. I was surrounded by photographers, and these guys were taking pictures of this building. So I asked them, I go, what the fuck's going on? Who are I? Literally, I was surrounded by cameras. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But they were like shooting up at this building. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I asked one of the cool looking guys, and he said that was Britney Spears' house, and that they were filming it. And so like I happened to have a joint on me that I hadn't clucked off, for crack. And so I smoked the joint with him, and he let me look through his high-powered camera, man. And fucking, she actually looked out and waved and shit. And like, they started taking photos. I was like, whoa, dude, like, and that's my Britney Spears on crack story. Like, yeah, dude. Yeah, and like all kinds of crazy stuff over poetry. Like somebody like gave me the shoes off their feet one time. Like when I needed shoes, I'd been up in San Francisco all day. Like for 3 days, I'd been like smoking crack, or like a week, and like I would come back to my camp and I wouldn't even take off my shoes. And so because I got pretty dirty there at one point, you know what I mean? And like because I didn't change my socks, I woke up one day and like I had like it's the thing they used to get in Vietnam. It's called jungle rot from your feet being wet all the time. And I woke up and I had these blisters on the bottom of my feet. So I literally hobbled over to like Hippie Hill, and I sat on the grass, and there's people up there smoking weed, hanging out and shit. And so I needed to make some money. I needed food, you know what I mean? So I kind of like crawled over to this guy. He seen me coming, and I told him a poem, man. I told him what was up, and he explained what it was that I had, and I told him a poem, and then it was funny, man. He goes, I don't have any money, but you looks like you need some new shoes, some sandals to dry your feet out, and he gave me the shoes off his feet. Yeah, and I've seen old interviews where they talk about what beat is, and some say it's like catching the pulse of what's going on, but others say it's like being like beat out of things in life. You know what I mean? The beats felt like that's what that meant, that they felt cheated out of things, certain things in life. And for me, that's what I relate to the most. I think is because I have been in trouble in the past, and I've done all these things, and I've risen out of it by doing my art. You know what I mean? And so I can identify with that, and also I take it a step further. I think that it's like, for me, being beat is that, and also being able to beat the circumstances surrounding those bad things. You know what I mean? And rise above it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, that's my own little personal thing on being